the Storm Team Weather Lab, KAMC meteorologist Kellyanne Class.
Good morning, it's 5:42 on this Friday morning, and we are set to have another warm day. Temperatures into the mid to upper 80s, but if you are heading out early this morning, may want to opt for the iced coffee. Temperatures right now are a little bit on the comfortable side, not too warm, but not too cold. Anywhere from the low to mid 50s into the lower 60s, but for the most part, many of us are seeing the 50s. And if you are going to be heading out this morning to maybe do a walk or a jog, go for a run, you don't need that light jacket either, but it will be a little bit of a hot day today, so you may want to do that either early in the morning or later on this evening, because afternoon high temperatures are going to top out into the mid to upper 80s. No lower 90s just yet. That actually comes this weekend, as temperatures will be into the upper 80s, lower 90s both Saturday and Sunday, keeping mostly sunny conditions around throughout the weekend. Breezy conditions on Saturday may give us some relief, but in terms of any sort of precipitation and rain-cooled air, not looking likely this weekend, and in fact not looking likely over the next few days, with the exception of maybe a little bit next week. As of now, though, we're starting to build a ridge of high pressure by around Saturday that'll slowly move directly over us, but then it really begins to strengthen by the beginning of next week, and that is really going to encompass most of the United States by about Tuesday. What that means in terms of temperatures, well, above average temperatures for much of the United States. Here in West Texas, we're at about 60 to 70% chance to see above average temperatures, which means, yes, we could potentially see the lower 90s, even mid 90s, upper 90s in some places down to our south. So yeah, it's going to be a hot couple of days and the next week as well. Now, if that ridge of high pressure slowly slides to the east, it could allow for some rising motion in our atmosphere, which means we could be dealing with a few isolated showers by next week. How likely is that looking? Not likely, but there is a silver lining. The models are picking up on some isolated rain showers by around Tuesday and continuing in through about Wednesday. Again, very isolated in nature, so take this with a grain of salt. Still about 5 to 7 days out, so a lot could change, especially depending on how strong that area of high pressure really begins to get going. Otherwise, this morning, dry and quiet conditions, a few clouds streaming on in from our north. Otherwise, this afternoon, a pretty warm day. Temperatures into the mid to upper 80s, a southeasterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Under mostly sunny conditions, if you are going to be outside all day today, don't forget the sunscreen. Burn time is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes if you aren't wearing any. No one wants to look like a tomato as we head on into the weekend, especially when you see those temperatures and abundant sunshine and the lack of cloud cover. So watching a lot of dry and sunny conditions the next couple of days, maybe a few more rain chances Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but otherwise a near average forecast. Besides Thursday, already seeing the lower 90s.
Yeah, last thing you need going into summer is that first burn. You really need to make sure to wear that sunscreen and gradually make your way a little tanner.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson, and I'm for sure going to wear the sunscreen, even if it's just like a 8 or a 15. You got to do it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kellyanne.